how do you get the look that is just, do you see that full screen?
Yeah, yeah.
How do you get and what do you call it? It's like an energy. It's got like motion blur as well. It's not just shapes moving on the screen. You've created some kind of life to it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not sure exactly of the correct terminology, but it's like kinetic motion, like it's sort of dynamic. So the motion blur, I just thought with the actual arrows to give them a bit of life. Obviously, they're small elements. So if they come in with the motion blur and then obviously the orange goes out, I think that looked a lot better. It looked a lot smoother, and the arrow sort of the shape of the arrow itself as well works well with like motion blur, for example. Just it looks like it's punching a hole through until obviously it gets to the middle and then the logo comes up. So that was the sort of process behind that, I guess, is making these little arrows that they use as their logo just sort of come to life a little bit.
And as a motion designer, when you get the results of a shoot that we do, a corporate video shoot like this, and then you get your hands on the footage and it's an interview between two leaders or something like that, an interview between two people, what do you feel like? You're going to add some life, or you're going to give it something new, some energy to it? I don't know, because it feels a more modern approach to corporate video production. That's my take on it.
Yeah, I mean, when you've got when I'm editing, it's the people that they have, I wouldn't say are the main focus, but the people that they have on these videos reflects the brand itself, the company behind the videos. Like these people, they're having discussions with this company for a reason, and they're like very prominent individuals. So I think bringing a sort of professional sort of distinctness to a brand's look, if they want to stand out from the crowd, that's really what I made, like the process behind it. And yeah, especially with interviews with, I think one of the videos we had that they sent over as an example that we shot was one with the Airbus executive.
I don't have the final. Oh, I do have the final frame actually in this. Let's see. No, we didn't, did we?
Oh, if you go to my drive, I think the one that was in there was, hang on, I did a test of the lower thirds using the original.
Yeah, let's have a look at that, because I think that's really important to show the motion design going on top of the final video. Brilliant. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
And you can see there the glow that appears works well when it's over video. It just doesn't seem to work very well on a MOV transparent file.
That's incredible. Yeah, I love it. Talk me through this then. So just talk about the actual practicality of getting their names on the screen or something like that, and also doing it in the brand style. And I'll pull up the.
Well, I mean, for a lower third, it's more of the same thing, really, sort of giving a bit of movement to the brand, to the animations. And I wasn't sure. Obviously, this was experimenting as well at the time, so I gave them two concepts to work with. The Council Connect logo is different from the HKA logo, but it still uses the same arrow logo mark. So trying to figure out whether to use the proper HKA logo or going towards the Council Connect specific logo. I thought I'd give them two options, again, to use in different use cases. So that one uses a singular arrow, the lower third two, and then this one uses the more Council Connect specific one. And I think giving those two options just made it more flexible for them. Again, keeping the same motion, the typography, as well as the text moves in. I think it just creates a little something to the brand look.
What kind of liberties do you think we take with brands? Because I do believe that we don't just follow what they've got, but we do have to stick there's a balance, because when we deliver an edit, I can see that there's some liveliness to it and some energy that we've added in that is undeniable.
Yeah, I mean, the way I think about it is if you have a brand coming to you wanting to create assets or create something specific to their company itself, they've already got the company sort of brand guidelines in place. They've already got the look of everything. They've already got the colors, the logo, everything's there. What you can do, there's two things you can do. You can use that essentially as it is. Or if you want to be a bit more creative, you can create a sort of energy that you can't get from still images, still branding. But you can do that with motion graphics, and it just brings a little bit of life into a company. And if they come to you thinking they're going to get one thing using your brand assets, and you deliver back this sort of video that actually brings their company to life, especially when it comes to sort of subtle things like lower thirds, it makes it look a lot more professional and a lot more streamlined as well. There's a lot more flow in the video. And while not every lower third needs to be like that, it doesn't need to be overly flashy. I think just adding subtle sort of eye candy, subtle effects that just bring a bit of life into the company branding, I think is always going to be appreciated because it gives a new personality, I guess.
And as a video producer, I see this stuff and it just makes me sort of smile inside because it really looks good. Like genuinely looks really, really good.
And to be honest, it's you can't understate as well the power of the time we're in now as well. There's so many references, there's inspiration from like around every corner, right? And it doesn't have to be specific inspiration as well. I mean, you can sort of think of ideas that you've seen ages ago. And while this didn't come from any specific idea, I think just the animation itself just came from a load of different things that I've seen before, and putting it all together is sort of like a little puzzle that you're going through in After Effects, trying to figure it out. And then when you've got the actual animation, then you're like, right, let's get onto the actual effects, the details to make this look amazing.
I know what you mean. It's almost like a time machine of references and ideas that you've collected over time and your inspiration of analog. You've got a lot of different tastes, haven't you? Visual tastes that you've been exploring and that you love. So
yeah, I mean I think that's worthwhile. Sort of delving into different types of video, because I mean you get the more tame sort of informative side of animation where it's more straight to the point, trying to deliver information in a way that's easily readable. And then you've also got the more artistic sort of animation. You're bringing sort of things to life, whether that's just a simple shape. You can bring a circle to life in animation.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just a circle going through the screen with their logo marks and shapes and the text, but it's got some life to it. It really has. It's living, breathing. Brands are living, breathing entities, and this is showing that.
Yeah, especially today as well, where I mean, I see the look you portray to people is pretty much everything nowadays. So even just subtle things that just give your brand like the extra edge. I mean, it's worthwhile, especially today.
There was one other thing I was just thinking as well at the beginning, is that we should give credit to the brand. Obviously, a lot of work has been put into their branding guidelines, and that makes our job a lot easier, doesn't it? If the brand has created a strong identity.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, take this for example. I wouldn't have been able to create the personality. I wouldn't have been able to focus in on the chevrons, the animations, and the arrows, I guess, for each side of the company if it wasn't for the brand guidelines. And obviously, again, on the more technical side of things, it keeps it consistent as well. If you've got a distinct color palette to work with. You know what each color means, then you can know where you can use it in these videos. It just makes it a lot easier for us, and it gives the clients a better product in return.
We covered a lot of good stuff there, didn't we?
Yeah. I think it's, especially with HKA, I think it's easy to talk about as well, because I think it was such a small little package we gave to them. Like, we knew exactly what we were doing. We needed the transitions, the lower thirds, and an intro. And then once you know that off the bat, I mean, you can make in your head, you can experiment, and you can actually have a coherent idea across all three, which I think is what made that one actually quite a good project to work on.
The most exciting projects that we get is where a brand has a strong identity already, because it's a mutual meet in the middle. They've done a lot of work to build their brand and their identity. They've already got some momentum happening, and then we come in and put the finishing touches to that, the required creativity that they need, just to bring it up to that next level.
Yeah. No, it's great to work with brands that have that, like, just straight off the bat.